impressions of the event?
It was okay. I mean, my thing was we wanted to extend our lifting period. We've talked about that, so we started spring ball later than normal. With Little Five this weekend, just our fan base coming in and people from out of town traveling, it gets so gobbled up that we thought last weekend, it's been the weekend for spring game, and the weather was great, the turnout was great, so that was kind of the spring game day. And at the end, we had a really good practice Tuesday, had light work on Sunday, almost like a game. We came in, showed them the video for 2 hours. It was almost a normal Sunday, except we didn't lift weights. We actually did that Monday. Tuesday was a good old-fashioned, like a normal spring practice. We had a really good go there. And then today it's like, okay, we've done enough. We've had lifted hard, we've practiced hard. I almost was like, okay, don't overdo it. And let's have some fun with it. And we tried to get as much as the administrative guys did a good stuff promoting it to the fraternities, sororities. I was riding around a golf cart today trying to trick some folks into coming over. And I kind of wish we would have started maybe stretching and warming up while they were eating, because I think we could have had them more engaged. Because I mean, by design, I kept saying, well, where are they at? And then when they came in, they kind of started eating. I wish we could have stretched, maybe done a little football stuff, maybe done some of that kicking stuff in the middle of practice. So moving forward, not that we do it again, but hopefully, I mean, I think the people appreciated it, and maybe we can even make it better going forward. Have some fun with it. But we'll see if we ever do that yet. I wanted to do something like this in the fall with the freshmen. They have the freshmen, they have what's called the spirits and traditions. And like we're over there teaching them cheers. Let's bring in the stadium and get the band over here, and we and have a little scrimmage for them and have fun. And so again, the more we can be engaged with the student body, and our kids are students. So I heard personal comments of kids razzing one of their buddies or girlfriend or whatever. So that was fun. It was cool.
Don Booth and Marky Hawkins kind of stood out today a little bit more than they have in the past few practices. Have they taken a few steps forward in the receiving corps?
Well, Marquis just gotten a little bit of work the last couple of weeks because the cast has gotten reduced to where he could catch. And we knew today, he's not really allowed to scrimmage, so we weren't tackling, although he could get a thump on it. We thought protected. So nice to see him get a few work, get some work, get a few catches. Probably more anything just for self-confidence and self-esteem, because he's been working out, but he's missed some of the work. So I think that was just good. It was good for us to see. I think it'd probably be really good for him. Be interesting to get his feedback and what he thought when we talked to him. Dom's been good. He's in that crowd of 6, 7, 8 guys. At the same time, it's a competitive world. Mitchell Page and Ricky had said the other day, sometimes it's just the rotation, the coverages, where it goes. But it's nice to see him make some plays. He'll be in the mix. And like I said, we've had 6, 7, 8 guys with Booker and Page and Graham and guys have done well. Isaac Griffith had a class tonight and missed him. Latham had a class. Fuchs had a class. We had a few guys with classes that we missed. But it was a good go, and those 2 guys did well. But I wouldn't be surprised when the signees come in. There'll be a lot of competition there, which we need for that position to keep moving.
Who do you think made the most of these 15 practices, whether position group or just individual player? Who do you think sort of got the most out of this spring session?
I'd say Sudfeld. I think it's the first time he's kind of taken over. It's been the first time he was truly the guy. And I think he's kind of grasping that his presence and his voice counts. And not that he needs to give the Gipper speech all the time, but just his body language and the way he goes about his work and trying to, I think I think Mangieri and Zach Shaw, I think some of our old guys, it's been the best. We don't have a lot of seniors, but we've always worked hard, but there's been a little bit more passion or urgency or purpose in the work. Where I use the analogy sometimes, a dog chasing a car uses a lot of energy, and there's a lot of effort going on there, but he's never catching the car, but he's just going crazy and he's running his tail off. And it's a great effort, but he ain't catching it. I always thought we've had good effort, but I think there's been more classroom transition to the field, more buy-in, and those old guys, because they now brought some young guys with them. So I'm pleased with the old guys, and they know what's going on. But some of those guys, Zach Shaw, it's his fourth spring, and Darius Rayner has been our most consistent D lineman. And so when you got some fourth-year guys doing that means a lot. And I say that with a lot of respect for those guys. That was great to see.
Is Nate doing some of the things that you were hoping that he would do to separate himself a couple of years ago when he was splitting time with Trey?
Well, I don't know. When you're splitting, and they're splitting because the talent is about the same, and the production is about the same. So, and you're younger. So one, he's just probably just more comfortable with himself, more at ease. But again, we just had a few sessions of some team exercises where several teammates said, "Listen, even when you're hurt, I watch you." I had a couple guys stand up one day, and I said, "If you watch this guy, raise your hand." And it was like the whole team went, "Oh." Coaches were going, "I watch him." He's a guy that, when he's going good, I know we're going good. And so I think some things like that just register with Nate. He's always been good. He's never been bad. I just think he's just maturing. And because of that, I think he can handle those things and still work and get better and play. Sometimes you're working so hard to be the leader, you can't play good, or you can't get better because you're thinking about all the things I got to do to help everybody else, and you can't do your job. So he just got more comfortable. Like I say, he's done very, very well.
The running back position, was it more disappointing to be without Jordan Howard for a couple weeks, or was it kind of nice to see Rodriguez?
Well, every time, it's a great question because one, he needs work, and he'll still have plenty of time, and he has enough game experience, even with a different offense. He's proven that he can handle getting hit and preparing and doing it week after week. So still our system, it'd be nice to see. But that being said, they did give more to Rodriguez, who had a class tonight, and Brookins, who had a class tonight. But Andrew Wilson's always been very, very solid. Divine's been steady, been good. Tommy Mister just coming off the knee was doing good, got an ankle sprain. And he had a class tonight. So right now there'll be 4, 5, 6 of them. They'll be playing special teams. We'll hopefully get down to the 2 or 3 the featured players. And right now, I would think with talent experience, Jordan will potentially be there. And all he got was just a mind, didn't require anything other than he hyperextended elbow. We need to quiet down, and he's kind of like Hawkins. I think he's about a week or 2 away from being good. So.
When you talked about the ugly field tackling being better, is it physical, keeping things a little simple and emphasizing physicalness help the defense this spring? Did you see any of that?
Well, I don't know because, and I think, but now it's practice 15, so now you pop those pads off, and we'll go into lifting and running. We'll do we'll have probably, it's every summer it's been anywhere from 17, 18, 19, 20 player practices. So that means they're doing 7-on-7. So strength coaches will lift them and run them. And during all those practices, you can still work on your football, but when you pop the pads off, you kind of lose that hitting. So you're just like a boxer again. You got to go in there and spar a little bit, get used to delivering blows, get used to taking blows, and and how to do that. So you get stronger, you get in shape. But even though I think we really gained, there's going to be almost a slight drop off that you have to reestablish as you get into August. And so I like the way we came out of spring. My experience tells me there'll be a slight starting, not where it is. We need to get back and go past where it is. But I think as coaches, we're getting smart enough to quit coaching plays and continue to coach right now just the development of the culture and the attitude. And that's been my emphasis. I had a bunch of coaches, I wouldn't let them watch tape for a couple weeks on cut-ups. I said, nope, go to the weight room and spend time with your guys and get to know them. And quit worrying about watching that tape, because the same tackles we missed in the game, we missed on the tape, and the same blocks we made or missed, and the same throws we made or didn't, and the good plays. So, but you want to sit there and you're going to judge all that. I go, let's get to know the team, let's get the team believing in us, let's get connecting with them, and that's been the gist of spring. And that being said, I think that's why the players and coaches have a good vibe of where we sit. Now we got a long way to go, a lot of development to do. Guys, we've already been out recruiting. I got guys leaving tonight, heading out tomorrow. We're in a recruiting cycle. It's eval for next year. It's also making sure those guys we signed are dotting I's and crossing T's and all going to show up, which they look like they will, but you can always get an Achilles heel glitch there. We got exams. We got 1 week of class exams. I think we've got 40, almost pushing 50 guys here for May summer school, and the whole team here for June. And we'll get into a great summer cycle, and then we'll get back in August. I like the schedule, but I really like the team. We'll keep this thing moving.
Pending the legal outcome, is there a chance for Austin to rejoin the team?
Yeah, I mean, we'll really just wait and see. How that. I mean, we don't know. I mean, it'll be. We had a young man last year that the university dismissed from school, and so that was not. We had our decision, but then the university dismissed him from the institution. So you can't play if you're not in school. And so, I mean, there could be legal issues, there could be institutional issues, and then we'll have departmental and football things we'll get to. But until we get past the legal process, and it'll go to the university too to make sure, hey, is this, where does it stand? Then from there we'll get to what, as a department, really as a football team, we'll get to it. And sometimes like a year ago, we didn't get back to us because he was dismissed from school. So we'll just see how it plays out here.
Coach, the kicking game looks pretty wide open in both the punting and the field goal kicking. Is it as close as it seems?
Well, Griffin Oaks had a minor back issue that just limited him in winter, so we started spring, and Del Grosso started, or Del Grosso, did I say it right? I said it wrong.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Is it Grosso?
Yeah.
I say correct. No, I said it wrong. I said it wrong, right?
He's been here a couple of years.
But once I get it, if I get it, I get it. If I get it wrong,
Yeah.
I have a great directional mind, and if I go to your house wrong, the first time I go wrong every time. But if I got you, you're locked in for good. So I got his name in wrong, and I apologize. That's one of my issues. He was starting, and then Oaksy came on great, and then Griffin got in, but they're kind of neck and neck. They both got game experience. And I was telling Griffin, now listen, you're worried about your job. You've proven you can do good. He's good. It ain't going to matter until about August. It's going to matter about September 2. So we got some time. You need a couple. Get one of those guys. Maybe hopefully someone will get the scholarship that's going there. In the punting world, Toast still got a lot of game experience. There's a big leg with one young man, but you hadn't done it games, and the timing's got to come on. So I would say it's kind of Toth. And the kicking game, Oaks finished well. Oaks has been down the stretch good. Del Grosso's been really. It's good to have depth, and at the same time too, as much lifting and running and morning workouts and summer workouts. When you're a backup and not playing much, it kind of stinks. You're on scholarship, and everybody says, "Well, give kickers scholarships." Yeah, but we're trying to, give more big guys and more skill guys and more. So, and if you're a backup kicker on scholarship, it's a lot of money for a dude holding a clipboard. So, you try to in this day and age of so much kicking soccer, you try to use the walk-on world to develop your snappers, your punters, and kickers. And I think the return game will be decent. We'll see how it goes.
Is it the young punter with the big leg, the Gideon, the kid from
Yes.
Columbus?
Right. Anything else? Appreciate your coverage. If y'all need something.